Okay, so first of all, I have this is my bunk, and I sleep on the top bunk because it's warmer up there, and the window is covered with has foam stuffed into it to keep it from keep the cold air from coming in. The bottom bunk just has a bunch of stuff stored on it, and I have running water, both hot and cold water, and all my windows are covered with film. All the rest of the windows are covered with film. You can see that there. And I don't have much of a problem with moisture like most people seem to do. I'm just real careful with how I make moisture inside the trailer, and I always use the vent fan when I'm cooking, and I also turn the vent fan on when I take a shower, so that over the hood, the hood range fan, I always turn that on, and I transfer a little bit of the moist air out of the trailer whenever I'm making it. The doors, was originally not covered, and produced a lot of cold air because that's probably the least insulated spot in the trailer. So what I did was I put the bubble wrap insulation from the top to the bottom, 2 layers of it, and it's held in, the screen door latches to the outside door, so it's held in no matter whether I open up the door or not. And so I'll go outside and show you a few things about what's going on the outside. It's really windy out of the north, and it wants to take my door out of my hand, so be careful. Alright, so I skirted around the entire bottom of the trailer with 1.5 inch exterior foam, and then painted it gray. And let me start over here. Now my propane, I have 5 bottles. There's 4 30-pounders and 1 100-pounder. And this one here just lasted me about 6 weeks, and I'm still using it right now. But I'm sure it's going to empty out a lot quicker now that it's really cold. So, I'm gonna find out. I just don't know yet exactly how long the stuff lasts on this trailer. It's the first time I ever stayed in this trailer in the wintertime. But I've got a company that's gonna come and fill them for me, so I don't have to take them anywhere to get them filled. And it's a $1.35 a gallon for propane. And so I'll see how many it uses. Now this electric cord here comes off the trailer power, and it feeds the 2 tank heaters, the gray and the black water tank heater, and the hose that comes from my water supply hose. It's also heated. Around the back side here, you can see my skirting, and the trailer. Now what I like about this trailer is there's no window on the back of it, and only the 2 small windows and 1 big window on this side. When you come around this side, there's only 2 small windows on the entire side of the trailer. So the less windows that you have, the better. And there's no slides, because if you have a slide out and you open that slide up, it's another hole in the trailer, and it gives you more interior space to heat. And the smaller the trailer, the less heat you're going to have to use to supply it, and so it stays warmer and it's cheaper. So my suggestion is, if you plan on living in the winter in a trailer, keep it small. Smaller than 20 feet, things get tight. So 20 feet seems to be good. The last 2 that I used were 30 footers, and like I say, they were hard to keep heated. It was expensive. My septic or my dump water from the gray and the black water tank go into a septic field, which I put in about 10 years ago on my buddy's property. So and it's worked out really, really well. It's easy, just pull it, dump it, goes away. Anyway, the water supply comes from this 1,000-gallon poly tank. It's covered with a tarp to keep light out, so that it doesn't grow any algae on the inside. And you can see I have a floating stock tank heater in there, and that's supplied with electricity from my buddy. I pay him a little bit each month on it, whatever he thinks is fair. And then the water goes in a tunnel between the two. There's a connector here, and there's a tunnel made out of the same stuff that this is made out of, and goes into my pump house. My pump house is made out of 2 storage tubs, one turned upside down, the other with a hinge and some holes in it. And then inside there is a water pump with its own pressure tank from Harbor Freight. Cost me about $150. And then a water filter, a whole house water filter, and a light that comes from warming chickens, and that's on a thermal switch, and the thermal switch turns the light on when it gets to 35 degrees, and turns it off at 45. So my tank, the pump and the filter and all the water hoses inside there are kept warm enough to keep them from freezing. And then my supply hose goes up and goes into the side of my trailer. Now that entrance into the trailer is just a piece of plastic like this, just a thin piece of plastic. So to keep the water from freezing on the other side of the trailer, even though this is heated, I had to insulate the outside of the outside trailer. You can't put the insulation on the inside or the heat won't get to that piece of hose that comes into the trailer, or that piece of water line that comes into the trailer. Next year I'm going to take that plastic piece off and make this out of wood. I'm going to replace it with a piece of wood that the hose is going to go through, so it'll be much more sturdy, because I'm afraid of the weight of this hose pulling on that piece of plastic. Anyway, so that's my water, my septic. Like I said, there's 2 tank heaters underneath there, one for the black water, one for the gray water. And then the hose right there is heated. And so that's about it. I've got water, I got propane, I got septic, and everything is insulated as best as I can. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this all works out for me. And oh, it's nice in here, really nice and warm. So anyway, that's my update. I'll let you know. I'll give you another update about a month or so, and tell you how my propane's going. All right, YouTubers. Stay safe, stay warm, and enjoy the winter. Merry Christmas to everybody. Bye bye.